This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake that fire.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust on you.
Hey, yo, what's taking so long? The rest of us are at the 19th hole. Eating snow cones.
It's not me, it's Marion.
I'm having a little problem with the hippo hole. It's easy. I found that the key is in the follow-through. No. It's all in the way you move your hips during the stroke.
No, it's arm movement and rhythm.
Look, I'm gonna make the shot, okay? Well, you better. Even the Muppets are beating you. They don't have legs.
The problem is he's too proud to ask me for the secret.
If there's a secret, tell me. Sure. Oh, simple. Next year, you're my partner. Hey, be cool, baby. Be cool.
We had to take them back to the in-the-house days.
Wow.
Uncle L.
Yes,
Yeah.
with LL Cool J. You know, the first time I met this guy, man, really wasn't in person. It was just being inspired by who he was as an athlete on the football field, having winning so many accolades as a college athlete, including the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Heisman Trophy winner, Rookie of the Year when he went to NFL, and
Wow.
has done so much. Never missed a start in a football game, right?
Yeah, never missed a start due to injury. My 9-year career, played probably the toughest position on the field to play physically.
Yes.
Back then, when we getting 30 carries game in and game out, as running backs, and accumulated a lot of carries, a lot of yards on these legs, and proud to say that I'm one of 2 players in the history of the NFL to rush for 10,000 yards without missing an NFL start.
And the other one is the legendary
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jim Brown.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it's been awesome. You know what I mean? My life, I've lived a truly a blessed life. You know, at this point in time, so I have no complaints at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, the one and only Eddie George.
Hello.
Yes.
That made me really care about football.
Oh, you
Shit.
didn't care beforehand?
Nah, she
No,
nah.
like I definitely recognize it as like a
You didn't watch the
celebrated
Super Bowl?
sport. I watched. I mean, I was there.
Halftime-
Yeah,
halftime
I watched
show?
a halftime show, and then I danced in the bathroom. The other parts.
Well, let me ask you, sister, because Eddie is actually on Broadway, and this isn't his first time. He came by before when he was on Broadway with Othello, and he's in Chicago right now, which is something which is a big deal, playing Billy Flynn. So we got to talk about that. But we brought up the Super Bowl this morning. We were having a conversation because Rudy Giuliani made a comment and thought that it was wrong of Beyonce, silly even, to make political statements during a Super Bowl halftime performance, which I disagreed with personally. I think artists should have a freedom of speech and be able to do what they want to do. That's what art is about, right?
Yeah, art is subjective, and you have an opportunity to express yourself creatively in any way you want to do it. And I think at that particular time, Beyonce felt like something was in her spirit to share, and she wanted to do it on that platform, and that's what it's for. I mean, the Super Bowl is a platform for you to share your art at that particular time in your life, and if that's on her heart to spread that message, I don't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah,
That's good.
So yeah, it's perfectly fine.
He was also saying how he doesn't even feel like football in Hollywood should be put together. He doesn't understand in general why there's a halftime
It's all about.
show.
Did you hear Peyton Manning? He was
What'd he
he was
say?
producing. I mean, he was promoting every product that he was a part of.
Yeah.
Budweiser, DirecTV, Papa John's.
Right.
I mean, so it is. It's all entertainment. At the end of the day, we are
Exactly.
entertainers. Football players are entertainers. Period. So I think the blend is there. It is a perfect synergy for both worlds to
Agreed.
coexist.
It just so happens that, Beyonce could do a song and at the very most, if she twists her ankle, she might sprain her ankle or go home, put ice on it. The next day she's back at it.
Yeah.
Football, man, the residual effects of what you guys do can haunt you for a lifetime. And last time I saw you, Tim Brown and I were talking about the movie Concussion. Remember this?
Yeah.
And
Sure did.
we were walking down the streets of New York City. People passing by. That's Eddie George. That's Tim Brown. And you guys had interesting perspective on that movie. Will Smith made this movie that talked about concussions and the danger of concussions from Pop Warner leagues, with little kids to the NFL. What are your thoughts on that? Is the NFL doing enough to protect players?
Well, I think football in general is a dangerous sport. And no question about it. When you put the helmet on, you know the repercussions that you're going to have when you step between the white lines. What can happen? I did see the movie. I'm very aware of the gentleman that passed away due to various issues. I personally believe that, yes, you have to look more into it. There's more research that needs to be done on concussions. But I think it's the fingernail on the body of the whole picture. When you talk about these players, you got to also factor in were they use substance abuse? Was it PEDs involved?
Yeah.
Were they financially distressed? Because I haven't yet to see one guy take their life that had success after the game. So my thing is, yes, football is a dangerous sport, but what's more dangerous is a soul without any direction. And oftentimes you'll find that when guys leave the game, much like myself, when I left the game, it was hard for me to find what was next. And I was successful financially, my career-wise, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to turn to. So for me, the arts was my way out. So that's why I'm here on Broadway doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And in entrepreneurship and education. So sometimes, guys, when they leave the game, they don't know what's next. And I know several of my former teammates and other athletes that are dealing with this day-to-day, trying to find out who they are, number one, and what to do. And that's a dangerous place to be because now you have destructive thoughts taking over your mindset, and you're doing things from a mental perspective that's going to lead to your demise physically. So, I have a lot of respect for what they're trying to do, but really, the NFL, they have a responsibility. But ultimately, it's up to the responsibility of the athlete to seek help. Because my thing is, listen, if I have CTE, I'm not going to sit and wait and die.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to exercise my brain. I'm going to seek help. I'm going to do whatever it takes to prolong my life to live a healthy lifestyle.
Let me ask you, I know when players first come in the NFL, they, rookie players, they give them some type of orientation.
Oh, yeah, rookie symposium.
Yeah, the do's and don'ts, right?
Yep.
But when they leave, is there something going out?
Well, see, that's the thing. I think they do a nice job of, over a 48-hour period of putting these kids in a situation where they're going to hear from former athletes. Very entertaining. I've been up there several times the last 2 years to give my spiel on reaching out, the resources that the NFL provides. And they have, financial sections and so forth. They do an outstanding job. But what's the follow-up? What's the recurring exposure to this? And that's the one thing I think they need to do a better job of, because once they leave, they go off with their agents. They go off to their lives. They're solely focused on trying to make the team, trying to make their mark. So all the other stuff goes out of the way. And it's very difficult because, it's only so many hours in a day. Yeah. And, the majority of your time you're spent focused on trying to provide a living and trying to make your mark in this league. So it's very difficult.
Eddie George is here, man. He's a very intelligent man. He's a forward thinker. And I can appreciate a strategic person as well, calculating when it comes to life. And, eventually he settled down and decided that he was going to marry a singer, and just in case, in case he went broke, she could make the money. I get it.
And ironically enough, her album came out. Their album came out a couple days ago. It's called Still. So please go pick them up so you can. Wife. And it's Taj from SWV.
Yes.
They're still doing their thing, still touring and everything. So we've been together for 12 years, and we have 2 beautiful sons. My oldest son goes to Vanderbilt College. My youngest son is wild and rambunctious, and he runs the house. But outside of that, we have a really great relationship.
What's the name of her album?
It's called Still.
We got something.
SWV, yeah. Man Crush Wednesdays is nice, man. Still,
it has Man Crush Mondays.
Well, Mondays is Man Crush Mondays. I'm sorry, Mondays.
Women's Crush Wednesdays.
I've never had a Man Crush.
Well, I think it's a Wednesday though. I think
it's Women's Crush Wednesday.
WCW, yes.
WC Women's Crush. Okay, I guess.
Okay, ready. Okay, so here it is. SWV, and this one is called
Man Crush Every Day.
Man Crush Every Day.
Man Crush Every Day.
I got the song wrong.
Okay,
I knew it was a Man Crush somewhere in there. Right?
You in trouble. All right, Eddie George is here. You want to talk to him? 888-742-3345. Call us. Sway in the morning, Shade 45. That's a new song by SWV. Taj, one of the members of SWV's husband, is here.
Yep.
I'll take it.
You take it?
I'll take it. I'm not tripping on the title. That's cool.
Let's go right. Eddie George is here. And we'll open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. He's on Broadway. The show is running through February 28th. It's called Chicago, and he's playing the smooth criminal attorney, right?
Yeah.
Billy Flynn.
Yep. Yeah. Usher played this role.
Yes.
Taye Diggs played this role. Wayne Brady.
Yes.
Gosh, in the movie it was Richard Gere.
Oh.
No, so it's some big shoes to fill.
Hell yeah.
And it's for me it was definitely stretching outside of my comfort zone. I never sing outside the walls of my house. I learned how to sing by osmosis by watching my wife do it.
Really?
No, I'm
okay.
joking.
It just fused together.
No, I've been taking singing lessons, voice lessons over the last 10 years because I want to, be a better communicator. It will help me with commentating and public speaking and so forth. And my acting coach said, "You have a singing voice." She says, "Well, you gonna sing one day?" I said, "Man, please, come on now." So it was like last year I was at a play. I was doing a play called The Whipping Man in Nashville, Tennessee, and the travel show for Chicago came to Nashville, and I went to as a guest with the president and CEO of TPAC. And I remember just sitting in the audience watching it, and I'm like, man, it looks like a lot of fun. I said, one day I'll play Billy Flynn. She overheard me.
Yeah. And
she was like, I'm going to make a couple phone calls to see what you can do. She said, well, can you sing? I said, of course I can sing, right? So, make a long story short, I came up to New York last November to an audition to audition for Barry Weissler, who's the head producer for Chicago. On the historic stage of the Ambassador Theater, and I'm trembling like, damn, I don't know what the hell's gonna come out, but what kind of notes, whatever. But if whatever's gonna come out, I'm gonna go do a full speed, have fun, and say, hell, it's gonna be a story one way or the other.
Yeah.
So on the other side of the audition, he offered me the part, and we made it happen. And I'm here in New York. I'm living like a New Yorker.
Wow.
And
you're cold,
man. It's cool. But I'm from Philly originally.
Okay,
right.
so
I'm used to the cold. Lived in Columbus. But I tell you what, I've always looked at New York and been a part of New York from the outside in. Coming in for different deals, the Heisman, or promoting a product. But to actually live here on a day-to-day basis is magnificent. I mean, it's magical, man. The city's nice from the inside out. Yeah.
What was the difference then between you've done film, you've done like live broadcasting, but then that auditioning for Broadway, what would you say? How was it different for the people that's listening that possibly want to do that one day?
It's scary. I mean, it's especially not being a singer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, how are they going to accept? How am I going to accept this?
How, Eddie?
How, Eddie? How are we going to do this? So I'm like, I'm just going to do heightened speech, to try to stay on pitch. So that was enough to get my mind wrapped around that portion of it. But then there's the dancing, and then there's the acting portion. So it's three components that you got to blend together to create this character. So I spent, well over a year working on each component. Worked on the voice one day, worked on the acting part one day, then worked on body movement.
What'd you do for nerves?
Pray.
And
you know what? At the end of the day, you just throw it to the spirits and listen. Just guide me, guide me wherever I go. I just go. If I mess up, it's going to be full speed, and it's a lesson learned. So that's what I did. Yeah.
So was everyone like fully welcoming of you? Because maybe some folks would be like, Eddie, I didn't know you could sing. Exactly.
I'll tell them I didn't know I could sing either. But it was one thing to really win the cast over because they've been doing this for so long. A lot of them for years, 20 years. This is what they do now, 24/7, 365. And it was important for them to understand I'm not coming here to just as a publicity stunt. Or just coming in for a couple of weeks just to, get some fame. I've lived that life. I've done it. This is something that I'm very passionate about. I've been doing for, working methodically the last 10 years, in Nashville with acting coaches and doing Othello and other productions. And I wanted to, show that I'm taking the work serious and I'm here to work. And I guess that they appreciate that, because that's their livelihood. And it's like somebody coming to me, when I was at the height of my playing career, coming from Broadway saying, I want to play tailback for the Titans. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the rock.
Yeah. You go ahead and run through that hole right there. See how
Let's
that goes.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
So it's the same thing, it's a rite of passage. So there's a process I had to go through. I had to go through my pudding and everything. And my thing is I'm going to be on time. I'm going to give you my maximum effort, and I'm going to be present in every moment. And I'm going to give you all of me, and I'm looking to grow, not just find the character and say, I know my lines and this. No, I look to evolve each and every night. So that's how you you grow as an artist in this thing. So that's what I've learned.
Eddie George is here. We got a couple of callers on the line, Eddie. So I want to take the calls coming up next, and then DB has something special for you that he's prepared.
Uh-oh. Oh.
The cat.
I can only imagine.
That's up next. Wait a minute. Step in the booth. I speak the truth. Ooh. Beans. Benny Siegel. Got to make you growl. That's Eddie George right here, ladies and
Philly's
gentlemen.
finest right there.
Yeah. You're from Philly? Or
Yeah.
Wow.
I grew up in the Southwest. I grew up in the Abington area. Proud Philadelphian, man. You know, that's where my roots are at. You know, my family lives there still. My mom, my father. In fact, my family's coming up this weekend to come see me in Broadway. So
that's dope.
That's great. He's going to be he's on Broadway. Chicago's running through February 28th at the Ambassador Theater, the famous Ambassador Theater. Get your tickets if you haven't got them. He's playing Billy Flynn. Being from Philly, man, you know, which is an amazing city with amazing history and an amazing talent, and you know, a lot of amazing things in music, Gamble and Huff, and all, you know, a lot of the roots, a lot of greatness came from Philly. So how do you know, I don't chew on the fact of what Philly, the 76ers are doing this year, man.
we let that go.
I'm just curious to how do you deal with, like, what do you...
I cheer for other teams, man.
Goddamn.
No.
You said that.
Listen, man, I'm a Philly fan through and through. I love the Sixers. I love the Phillies. Eagles. Since I played in the NFL, I was like, you know, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
But all Philly sports I love, man, and I think we're gonna get it together. I like what they're doing. I mean, man, we're getting some great picks. So it's only a matter of time before we start seeing the fruits of our labor.
Yeah, about 5 years. All right, okay. So, but Eddie George, let me ask you, man, who's, in your opinion, this ain't got it, it's just your opinion, top 3 Philly rappers ever come from Philly?
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Your opinion.
Okay, all right, from Philly.
Now you can go back as far as you know. Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time.
Yeah.
How you want to do it? You know, if you could, Cool
what,
C, Steady B.
Okay. That's that crew right there.
Okay.
I would have to say, starting off at number 3. Oh God, man! I have to say, Cool C back. I mean, cool C. Yeah, Glamorous Life, all that. That was no joke. That was my cut too back in the day.
Glamorous.
Of course, you got EST too, that ridiculous one.
Funky Dividends.
But I'm gonna go with Beanie Siegel at number 2.
Number 2, Beans. Number 2.
Number 1. And this cat is my dude, Black Thought.
Oh,
wow.
Black Thought Cypher. Black Thought. Wow. Thought is he's nothing to mess with. He's the top and the top underrated MC out there. I mean, you got Eminem, you got Nas.
I gotta give you props for your
Thought.
list, y'all.
Thought is he's that dude.
You all right with me, Eddie George? You got a lifetime citizenship for that.
Sway in the morning, no doubt.
Roots is my crew. I love them.
There it is. John is on the line from Florida. Say hello to Eddie George. John, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Heather B. Good morning, Sway. Eddie, man, you sound like a great role model for young players right now, and seeing what you're doing, it's admirable, man.
Thank you.
But I got a question for you though, because when you were talking earlier about CTE and these players struggling after their career, you kind of hinted at there's other factors too. Obviously, substance abuse or PED use. I was just wondering if being from Tennessee or playing for Tennessee. You have Vince Young. That whole situation is crazy. And now you got Johnny Manziel, who's going down a downward path. I was just wondering if, maybe players like yourself had something to offer as a form of guidance for these guys. Being a good role model you are. Yeah,
man. I mean, I know what you speak of. I mean, Johnny's going through it, and it's easy to say, well, yeah, it's concussion related, but I beg to differ on that. I mean, he's had his challenges at Texas A&M, while he was on his Heisman run and so forth. That's the life that he lived. That's who he was. And we all go through stuff. I mean, that's the bottom line. You're going to deal with adversity, challenges. They're going to come in waves. It depends on your foundation and what you truly believe in. That's going to get you through that. And in the case of Johnny, his parents are reaching out saying that, they don't know if he's going to make it to see his 24th birthday. Yeah. That's for parents to say that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's serious. So you only can pray and hope that he finds the help that's needed. and really begins to find his life purpose. Because again, it goes back to your life purpose. You know, the money can only take you so far. The fame is only there for a short period of time, but it's truly about who you are as an individual and where you're headed in life and tapping into that. So it takes a great deal of work. Same thing for Vince Young, and same thing for other guys that are going through that transitional period in their lives. So it's a hard life, man, believe it or not.
Yeah,
I mean, because you have literally 15 minutes of fame, and then it's like, well, damn, what do I do next? Matter of fact, who am I?
Yeah.
You know, you've got to seek out therapy. You've got to you got to seek out counseling. You've got to be around the right support system. And more importantly, you have to wake up every day and make a commitment to really seeking that out, whatever that may be. Sometimes, you know, stillness is more powerful than anything else. It's to be still.
Be still and be silent.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
And be silent.
That's hard to get me to talk to you after I leave this show. I'm right after. I'm a texter.
You're terrible.
Whatever. All right, Eddie George is here. Yo, DB prepared something special for you, and it's called
Big League or Big Screen. The movie business and professional sports have both been around for quite some time. Let's see if you can guess which events happened in the big leagues or the big screen. Right now on Sway in the morning.
Yeah. Good luck, Eddie George, with this.
That's right. I'm going to throw a couple facts your way. You have to guess if they happen in real life or in a Hollywood movie. First up, third-string quarterback Willie Beeman had a reputation for vomiting every time he entered the game. Big screen or big league?
Come on, man. Screen, man.
Exactly. Any given Sunday. Jamie Foxx.
Okay, that's the easy one.
All right. Number two, one man played in the World Series, then took up golf and played in the Masters.
Nah, that's screen.
Actually, that was big league. Sam Berg played in the World Series in 1931 and in the Masters in 1941 and 42.
Wow,
Eddie George.
That was a setup.
1931.
Hey, I didn't know that.
Digging up facts here. All right, number three. A football team hated their logo so much the players scraped it off the side of their helmets and hasn't had one since.
Yeah, the Browns.
Exactly,
True.
Cleveland
Yeah.
Browns.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. Test the kid.
Yes.
Test the kid.
Yeah, there we go.
Talk your shit, Eddie.
Number four. Willie Mays Hayes used to collect gloves for every base he stole.
Willie Mays Hayes. False. That's screen.
Exactly. That was Wesley Snipes in Major League.
Yep.
No, good.
Yep.
Damn, Eddie's killing it.
Last one. During a strike, the NFL hired substitute players to keep the season going.
Man, that's got to be the real deal. That's the real. That's
Called the USFL.
No, that happened. So that's real life.
Yeah. It was actually a movie called The Replacements too with Keanu Reeves.
But that happened. I mean,
Okay.
that happened.
That was, you get it right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Don't fuck with Eddie.
Yeah, they called it the USFL.
Yeah.
Remember those two
Sway
leagues
me
they
out.
had? No, it was
In 82, and they had the strike, and they brought in replacement players.
Yeah.
And then
That's funny.
we had that before.
But it was two. I remember the USFL was another league that they tried to start too that didn't survive during that time. I can't think of the
Man,
name.
listen,
Right?
You can't go up against the NFL. That Shield is a
Monster.
beast.
They need to bring back the XFL. That's
Which one?
It was the XFL.
Vince McMahon. You remember this?
Well, actually, you know what? The lingerie
League.
Yeah, that's
is
what I thought.
banging, man.
They still doing that?
The lingerie league is not. They got some
what?
like stallions. Stallions.
Yeah,
out in there,
and they're wearing pads and stuff. So
Yeah.
they were doing it
the
before.
athleticism.
Yes.
It's amazing. They
They're
make
wearing
some great
pads.
plays out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
MLB
They wearing
man.
pads.
Pull out, Sway.
Yeah, I got
Good job, Sway. We got it.
Sway will get you in trouble, Eddie. He's that friend.
Yeah, 12 years, Eddie. Don't ruin 12.
Oh, yeah, don't play with Sway.
Eddie George, man, this is our friend, man. Thank you for coming by this morning.
Hey, man, thanks for having me,
Yeah, we
man. It's been
are.
a pleasure,
Happy
man.
for you, man.
Absolutely.
It's dope.
You guys
Yes,
make
sir.
sure you check out Broadway. He's playing Billy Flynn. He's on Broadway till February 28th at the Ambassador Theater.
Yep.
They can get their tickets too, right?
It's a big ass poster of him in the
Yeah.
middle of Times
Times
Square.
Square,
That's
yeah.
so cool.
balling.
Ballin' Sway.
All right, Eddie, how can they reach you on social media?
Eddie George 2727, both my Twitter handle and my Instagram account.
Hit up Eddie George 2727. Tell him you heard him on Sway in the Morning, man. My man gonna hit you back, all right? Up next, we got a lot. Sway in the Morning. I got another big announcement to make. The Sway's Universe. Shade 45.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.